Hey guys, I'm Tammy and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to pop on today and give a bit of an overview of the top 6 things that I've made this year. I don't know about you, but I personally sew a lot of clothes, so I find processes like this really help me understand what I actually enjoy sewing, but also what I really enjoy wearing. But I've looked at my wardrobe and I've narrowed my 6 top makes to this pile here, and I'm going to talk through each item and why I really like it. So the first one that I want to talk about is this dress here, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is the Vicky Sew's Irish dress, and I've mentioned it in a few other videos on YouTube. So this dress definitely needs a bit of an iron. I used a linen crepe fabric, I think, for this exact dress, and it looks really nice. It wears really well, but it definitely creases a lot more than I normally like in my clothing. So this is what it looks like on me, and I absolutely love how this fits. It just wears really nicely. It's definitely my kind of style, and it's just something that I wore quite a bit over summer. So if I give you a close-up of the bust detail, you can see it has these really nice cups, and then the back has this shearing detail which gives it that really nice fitted effect without having any sorts of zips or fastenings. So you literally just slip this over your head and it just fits really nicely. The waistline is actually gathered all the way around, and I personally like a gathered skirt. I like the way they fall on me, but I did find with this specific pattern the waistline is a bit too gathered for my liking. I mean, this is actually the underbust, but if I was going to do this again, I would definitely decrease the amount of gathers around the underbust, because personally I just found it was a bit too poofy in that area. I definitely recommend making this pattern. It was also the first time I did adjustable straps. They look like that. They're not my neatest work, but it was a cool feature to actually try sewing. I think this is in my top 6 because I love it when I wear clothing and I feel really confident in it, and I just remember wearing this on holiday and just feeling super confident, super sexy, because it's a really nice length. I actually chopped it so it kind of goes, I think, just above my knee, and it's just such a fun pattern to sew. I'll leave a link to all the patterns and the fabric pairings in the description box down below in case you want to check them out. So the next top make of this year has got to be this t-shirt. This is my Naya T-Shirt pattern, and this specific example with the stripy knit, I have worn this over 50 times, probably more than that. This has honestly become my go-to t-shirt whenever I want to wear something a bit more slouchy and comfortable, but I still want to look put together. So this is what it looks like on me, and it just suits me so well. When I was designing this pattern, I really wanted to make something really stylish and comfortable, and I've seen so many of you guys make Naya t-shirts. It just fills my heart when I know you guys love the work and effort I put into my sewing patterns. So this is such a dreamy sew. It's very quick to make. This normally takes me about 45 minutes or an hour to make, and I don't know what it is about this year, but I really have kind of lent towards more sewing with knit fabric instead of woven. I've just really enjoyed sewing on my overlocker, and if you're making this with an overlocker, it is honestly really quick to sew. I have so many other Naya t-shirts in my wardrobe, but for some reason I always gravitate towards this stripy pattern. I don't know what it is, because I never normally wear stripy kind of pieces in my wardrobe, but this just as a t-shirt, I absolutely love it. So if you are looking for a really quick t-shirt to sew, I have to recommend my own Naya t-shirt pattern. So the next outfit as part of my top 6 makes of this year has got to be this set here, and I made this not even that long ago, maybe a couple of months ago, and this is basically the Pipit vest and the Protea pants as a set. They're from 2 different pattern companies, but I'll leave all the links down below, and I absolutely adore this set. So this is what it looks like on me, and I've personally worn this quite a few times now. It's definitely one of those sets I want to wear if I want to look really elevated and stylish, but I want to look put together and also comfortable, because it's a really comfy set. I remember I specifically made this for my cruise because I wanted to just feel really put together, and honestly it turned out to be the perfect sort of set for that vibe. If I just give you a close-up of the vest, so it's fully lined, and that is what it looks like. It's such a gorgeous simple pattern, and I use these really lovely brown buttons to finish off the waistcoat. Honestly, I did not think I'd be a waistcoat kind of person, but when you do this up, it just gives such a nice vibe. I remember this being so easy to sew as well. I don't know what it was, but the way you construct it is just really simple. And then these are the matching trousers that I sewed with it. This is actually my first time sewing fitted trousers, and I really found the process quite simple. It was also my first time doing a zipper fly. I'd never done that before, and again, again, I didn't find that too daunting. So the front has a really nice pleat detail on each side, and then the back has these two little back darts. So this is specifically a wide leg pant, which I still am not sure if I'm 100% a fan of that, because I do prefer slightly slimming styles on me. And they do have an option where you can remove the pleat detail so it doesn't look so wide and kind of flowy at the bottom of the trouser. Really recommend this pattern. The way it was described is really easy to understand, and if you're looking for a nice comfy trouser, this is definitely it. The waist fits me beautifully. I don't know how they did it, but it just made me feel really confident when I was wearing this set together. I also just love this shade. I don't normally wear such light fabrics, and this is like a sandy off-whitey color maybe, and I did feel a bit conscious when I was wearing this and eating, because obviously it was a full like beigey white set and I didn't want to ruin it, but I did really enjoy wearing that type of color palette. So I really recommend that pattern pairing if you're wanting to make a bit more of a set. Really comfortable and easy to wear, and it was a nice challenge to sew something a bit different. So my next top make of this year has definitely got to be this dress. So this is one of my own patterns. It's the Rhea Dress, and specifically I got this fabric from a So Hailey Jane box. It's a viscose, I think, and for some reason this fabric pairing and this pattern just works so beautifully together. It's such a flowy, comfortable dress. So this is what it looks like on me, and I've worn this so many times throughout summer. I actually wore it for my nephew's christening, and it was just such a nice easy wearing outfit. Like I said before, I'm such a fan of dresses that have gathering around the waist. I just find it really comfortable, and I just like the amount of flowiness it gives to the garment. So I've been making my Rhea dresses with tie straps and with a tie waist at the back, because I like the way it kind of cinches in the whole silhouette of the dress. I'm such a lover of deep V necklines as well, which is why I purposely made this one slightly lower than the pattern, and then the back also has a nice deep scoop neck at the back. If I give you a close-up of the fabric as well, because I really love the actual detail of the illustrations. So it's got little tea time illustrations, which is why I think I really love this specific pattern pairing with this dress, because it's so flowy and effortless, and when you have a really cute illustrated print on the fabric, it just feels really whimsical and slightly romantic. So if you've sewn one of my Rhea dresses before, but you want it to be a bit more fitted at the waist, I definitely recommend adding a little tie strap detail at the back waist, just to give you a bit more of a cinched in look. So my next top make of this year has got to be this gorgeous satin dress. So I made this maybe a couple of months ago again, but it's become one of my favorite things to wear. So this is the Vicky So's Lucia dress, and it's definitely more of an evening style dress. This isn't something you're going to wear during the day, but I specifically sewed this for a family member's wedding, and it was the perfect outfit for that occasion. This is what it looks like on me. I absolutely adore that bust detail. I love the shape of this dress, and honestly the back is what drew me to this pattern. So it's got a really lovely V back, and then it has cross straps for a nice effect. It's a bit hard to see on camera what this looks like, because the front kind of looks really nicely, but the back has that cross feature, so it's a bit hard to see the detail of the back. But I specifically wanted to talk about the fabric choice for this dress. So I used this really gorgeous satin from Minerva, and I have to say this was really the perfect fabric for this type of dress. It has such a nice amount of weight. That is what it looks like. It has such a nice amount of drape, but it's actually medium weight, so it's a bit more structured and not really floppy. I always think if you want to sew something occasion wear, you definitely want something that's a bit more medium weight, because lightweight can look a bit too floppy and unstructured. It's just one of those dresses that you're probably not going to wear that often, but when you do have an occasion for it, you will feel £1,000,000 in this dress. Again, when I was wearing that dress on the day, I just felt so confident and comfortable. I felt really sexy because I like the cut of the back, and it's just such a nice feeling when people compliment you when you've sewn something and they're like, wow, where did you get your dress? And you can be like, I made it. I really recommend that pattern. Again, I remember that only taking me a couple of hours to make, because it's actually just cut on the bias. It's really simple to sew. The only complicated thing is probably the back detail with that V. I know there's a lot of dresses, but this is my last make that I want to share of my top 6 makes of this year, and it is this dress right here. So this is my Leona Dress pattern, and the reason why I wanted to include this in my top 6 makes is because how much I played with the colour blocking detail of this dress. I feel like it gives it such a nice striking effect. When you see the entire dress in full, it just looks so fun and striking. So I purposely played with colour blocking on this dress, and I made a little squiggly shape in the pattern patterns, so it just has a really fun, playful effect. It's actually white and dark blue. It can look a bit black, but this is actually a jersey fabric that I use to sew this dress. So it's really simple and easy to make, and then the back is actually just fully blue. I feel like color blocking is such a simple technique to try, but it really elevates any sort of simple pattern. Again, with the Leona dress, you have a really nice deep V detail on the neckline, and that is just something that I really love to wear. And then obviously the back has a straight back, but it's also quite deep. I just had to include this one because it's something that I really enjoyed, kind of pushing my creativity and trying something a bit different with my sewing skills. And again, it's just one of those really simple patterns I love to make, and I love to see you guys wear it too. I do currently also have a 20% off sale on all my sewing patterns. I'm going to leave the code for down below in the description box. I think I've just realized that this year I've really focused on making clothing that makes me feel really comfortable and confident, and pushing my skills to try different techniques. I hope you enjoyed seeing my top 6 makes of this year. It was really hard to pick, but I think these 6 makes are ones I'm just so proud that I made, and I honestly got quite a little wear out of them, even the ones that are a bit more occasion wear. Definitely let me know in the comments which one was your favorite, and again, I've left all the links to the patterns and the fabric pairings down below in the description box. I hope you have a lovely rest of your year, you enjoy this time to slow down and relax, and I'll see you in 2024.